Good afternoon, everyone. I'll speak in English. I think, just as a courtesy towards our foreign guests. And I'd like to congratulate Vittorio, the CSL team in Rome, Luciano Pietronero, the whole staff at CREF. I think this is a great achievement. And it goes very well in the direction that I was hoping CREF would take when we started. At the beginning, when Professor Pietronero and I discussed what to do with this place, because of its history, because of its image, because of its reputation, because of what it means for the city of Rome, the idea was that it needs to be relevant. We don't want another museum. We have enough museums in this city. We do need something which is practical, that can help, especially those that want to make Rome a better place, become a better place. And as a policymaker, I can tell you that we desperately need ideas. We desperately need tools. I sat for 2 years in cabinet. And you may not be surprised to know that a lot of our leaders in the world often take initiatives and policies based on their intuition. In a complex world faced with issues like climate change, we see the effects of droughts right now in Italy. Issues around security, migration, inequalities, you name it. This is a complex world that we are trying to deal with tools that my kids would find naive. And even sitting in cabinet, I realized that often policy leaders simply decide to deal with these challenges by following their own instinct. And we do need tools. We do need methods. We do need data. We often talk about complexity these days. But how do we deal with complexity? We deal with it in words, but do we really know how to deal successfully with complexity without using tools, without using technology? So what I see coming out of this Sony CSL initiative is exactly this. It's equipping society, equipping academia, equipping scientists, but also policymakers, with whether it's the mayor of Rome, whether it's a local leader, whether it's a local representative, or the national government or international institutions, with tools that can enable us to make a difference. Building a sustainable city is not easy. You can tell. I mean, my friends from Rome's administration we see this every day. Creating even a successful sustainable company is very hard. I'm sure that our friends at Sony probably struggle with that every single day. We do need better tools. And what Sony CSL will be doing here, whether it's in the field of agribusiness, sustainable food systems, sustainable cities, whether it's in the field of people-driven, people-centered technology and artificial intelligence. This is, Vittorio, I think, a very important issue. How do we make sure, as you've said, that we don't work for technology, but technology works for us? Well, all these things happen in projects like this. So I'd like to conclude this reflection by saying this is a great example of industry-academia collaboration. It's a very good example of public-private partnership. It's a good example of creativity and transdisciplinarity. This is a bunch of physicists talking about arts, talking about society. I'm really very happy to hear this. 20 years ago, a physicist talking about sociology and talking about society would have been seen as someone committing a crime. I mean, you're a physicist, you only talk about physics. You don't care about what happens to society. I mean, we also think about what happened to Enrico Fermi's personal life, having to take decisions that had such a big impact on people's lives, and having probably not had all the tools and the instruments to understand what are the implications of your knowledge and your research. Nowadays, we need more people like you. Physicists that are interested in societal issues, sociologists that are interested in technologies, and companies that want to make a difference and want to work hand in glove with academic institutions to make a difference. And those like us, the public administrators, have to learn how to use these methods. We cannot afford to have governments that are not equipped with all the tools indispensable to make sure that the next pandemic is going to be dealt with successfully or even prevented. That climate change becomes a serious issue for everyone, not only after the drought happens, but before, to make sure it doesn't happen, it doesn't impact our lives. Thank you.